Welcome to Finca Live. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you. Good morning.
Welcome back to the Finca.
Welcome back to a very happy Finca. 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all so much. What
Fantastic.
a mission. Just under 3 years it's taken to get to 10,000. So thank you to each and every one of you. We hope we can attract more. We hope you all continue to enjoy the videos.
Yes. Yeah.
And to keep you entertained today.
Yes, what are we up to? Well, I'm going to have a break from the floor. You can see where I've got up to behind me.
Yes, it looks fun.
I need to get these doors oiled to protect them more than anything.
Yes,
nice and new and clean. And
quite anxious over them.
Yeah, they need to be protected. Of course, we've got Tilly as well, so although she's not bothered with them so far, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right. We're going to try and seal up the floor that's been done because it's drying off nice and just so that bit's done. Not a lot to do. And of course, every farmhouse kitchen needs
a table. Yes.
We've had a few suggestions. We had a door. I was deliberating cutting up for shelves. We've actually got several doors, old doors, 150-year-old doors.
But they're all really good quality because they've been inside the house.
Yes, we're going to need some of them, but not all of them. And we'll explain why in a minute.
Yeah.
So we better get cracking on.
Better do it.
Doors that we've got and doors that we need. We need a door for here. Here comes Alfie. This is going to be an office, over bedroom, spare room, whatever, primarily an office, because we've got, obviously, producing videos, we've got old computers and editing things, and all that needs a place to live. It's going to be in there. We're going to put a sliding door on this, so it blocks off on the kitchen, open it into there, close it off, whatever. That's the first one. The next door that we need is for this is going to be our bedroom, the bathroom door, which is over there. Again, that's probably going to be a slider. We've got one there that fits perfectly in the opening that we've got, by some twist of fate, because it never actually had a door on it. I'm going to need another one for here. This is going to be the main bedroom. We took a wall down here to make it bigger. We're going to bring it forward, so we're going to need a door to go in here. And we're going to use this one. This is actually the tallest door that we've got. It's slightly below ground level at the minute for the bedroom, because we're not going to need a door on here because this wall is coming down, and we're going to have an open plan lounge and kitchen, another kitchen dining area with a wood burning range, lovely for winter, in this part over here.
So this is where the range cooker's going to go. Over there in front we're going to have a nice dining table. This door is coming off, and inside it's just a cupboard at the moment with a partition wall, very thin wall at the back. So we're going to knock that through so that we can walk from the kitchen dining area into what will be the lounge. Andy's just showed you the other side of it, where the other door was. We've got another door over this side. That's coming off because we don't need it. Again, there's just shelves behind there, which I'm probably going to use for my books. I've got loads of books. It'd be great to get them out of boxes. Excuse all the rubbish here, by the way. This is eventually going to be our furniture, but nowhere to put it at the moment. So this will be a perfect door for the office that Andy's just showed you. We're going to have a sliding door in the office. Which means that this one is absolutely spare, and we think will make an excellent table. And this is the last door. We can't use it really, it's not in the best condition, and it's very small, as you can see. I'm not particularly tall, so it's too small for us as a doorway. But we need shelves and things in the bar area, so this will probably cut up to make shelves. You know us, we don't like to waste anything.
So on that note, I'm going to attempt to remove that door. It's been on for well over 100 years. I'm sure the screws aren't going to come out easily. They're just flatheads as well, original things. But one by hook or by crook, I'll get it off. Those screws came out remarkably easy. Hinges are still on the door. There it goes. Ooh. So that's quite a solid weighty one, that. You can see this now. These at the back will just be probably the same handmade tiles we've used elsewhere out of other walls we've taken out. So yeah, that's happy days. We'll get it into the workshop. And Sharon's off on the door oiling mission. Hopefully they're going to look fabulous. It's in the workshop. Get it on the bench. I think, it's quite a weighty one, this is. I think the first job is to take the hinges off. Should be able to reuse them because they're very, very good. The screws, even though they've been in that long, actually come out reasonably well. There's spiders and dust, and I'm covered in cobwebs and things. It's been in there a long time. It's pretty untouched, that part of the house at the moment, but coming up soon. Right, I'll get these off. Righto, so we don't want a huge table in there, it's not a huge room. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the same distance there to here, cut through it, and then that will make a nice enough little table for us to sit at. So I'm just going to measure this, 75mm, might better stretch it a little bit, and mark it on this side. I think I'm just going to run down it with the circular saw and put a straight edge on it. So do that first. So what I've done, I've propped the door up, I've marked my line, I've put a straight edge on it to guide my saw. I've measured the distance from the edge of here to the blade to position my guide. I'm just going to run the saw down now. Someone asked in the comments, do I ever make mistakes cutting? Yes is the answer, occasionally, but with things like this I cannot afford to make mistakes because it's a one-off, a one piece. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shove it all up a little bit just so I can support this side that I'm cutting off as well. So I'll just reposition it. Right, so what I've done, my cut lines here, I've got it supported both sides and both ends, so when I finally cut through it's not going to drop or anything. Let's do it. Cut it in half. Right, see what we've got. So there we go, a reasonable sized table for 2 chairs. We've actually found some chairs as well, some traditional Spanish wooden chairs that we're going to use for it. We've got some metal leg bones and things that are alright for outside, but we don't want to mark the marble. And it's always worth cutting some tips, always worth keeping any blocks that you cut for supporting under things. And when you're cutting worktops or anything like that with a circular saw, put your underside up, because the way it rips, it'll rip your underside, especially if you're cutting like laminate worktops. Always cut them from underneath, get a nice clean cut then. So this now, where the hinges were, they've been rebaited in, so I kind of want to try and run all the way down to make that edge straight. Having said that, again, I might leave it because it is an old door. I'll confer with Sharon on that. It's all going to need sanding down. Like when sanding floors, there's a lot of nails in here from the original making. The nails are not through and they're just literally bent over on the back. All the doors are like that. But what I think I need to do, like when you're sanding floors, is try and punch the nails down a little bit to get them under the surface, because if they don't, they'll just rip the sanding thing. So I'll have a go at that. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. Obviously we don't want to make it all loose. I've got a various assortment of punches and things. I'm just going to use this. Might get a bit noisy with a big lump hammer. Beautiful. Let's go. Treat that. Right, that's going to work. So I'll get these tapped in. Excellent. I brought it outside to sand it down. This thing gives off an enormous amount of dust. Top speed. Well, whatever was on that has pretty gummed this belt up, so got rid of the bulk of it. Let's take a fresh one on and go for it again. Right, we've decided to take these hinge rebates out. Unanimously taken. I'm going to try and run it down here. Although it's going to be fun, that. Test of skill. Excellent, it's going to be a perfect little occasional 4-person table, I think, for in the kitchen there, so we don't want it too big. The only flaw we've got with it is, if you can see, it's got a split down it there, here. So what I'm going to do, we've got some dark filler, which is not far off this colour, and in any case it'll probably look like a grain anyway. I'm going to fill it and then leave it to go off. Because it's a table, it needs to be wiped down. We don't want, you run chances of getting stuff down in the crack and that. It's not great. For outside tables we leave wider gaps, easy to clean, but for this, so I'm going to fill it for that reason alone, if nothing else. So I'll get that done and we'll come back to it in the morning.
And the doors are all oiled inside and out, so just waiting for those to dry now. It's been a bit of a nightmare keeping this one off them and off me as well. And now she's laying on a bed like a good girl.
So this is looking pretty fab this morning. Not a bad match on the filler bit there. Once it's oiled, I'm sure it'll just disappear. So it needs some legs on it. It can't be a table without legs, can it? I've got a big pack of offcuts on the desk I've been wading through earlier. But yeah, the whole thing's going to be made out of reclaimed wood, which is this, and offcuts, which are kind of lying about everywhere. A totally free table. So what I'm going to do, my plan is, I'm going to put a brace across here, a brace across there, fixed securely to this, and then simply 4 legs. It doesn't need to be a mega strong table. So first thing I'm going to do, I've got some 6x2, 150 actually by 50 millimeters. I'm going to rip them down. The state of it is going to be a bit of work needing doing on it. I'm going to rip them down the centre so all my pieces of wood for my cross braces and my legs are the same width. That's the first job. super, all done. So I'm going to use these four for my legs. These are cut already. I need to cut these two that are a bit longer, so I'm just going to mark them down to make them the same width as that. The length of the leg is 735 millimeters, which will give me a tabletop height of 755 millimeters, which is about 50 millimeters above standard, but we're perhaps taller than average. But we reckon that'll be right for us. So that's the next job. Right, so I've got my four legs. They're going to stand there like that. We obviously need sanding down. A lot of work once again. And then I'm going to put a piece across like that. Obviously I need to cut this to the desired length over there. And then I'm going to screw this to that. Screw the leg to these. Should do the job. I'm not putting any bottom braces on it. It's just a little table in the kitchen. So I'll get these two cut next now, and then we can probably get them all sanded down first. So that essentially is our table. I'm just these fixing together. First I'm going to sand all these down though, make them all nice, make them all look new-ish or newer than they do now. Thinking about it, I'm just going to plane them off. The plane's wide enough for a single pass. That should do it. Lovely, that'll do. Right, I'll keep going. Right, so with them all done, the next thing I need to do is to fix these to the table. When making tables, I never like to make them too rigid, because if you see this one, it's got a little bit of a rock in it, which isn't ideal, because you don't want it rocking on the floor. Usually if you make them solid but not rigid, like glued, they'll settle under their own weight. This isn't a very heavy table either. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop a clamp across each corner just to hold those offending corners down, and then I'm going to glue and screw these in place. Hopefully it should hold it back. We'll see. Because these are so close to the edge of the wood, I'm just going to pile them to avoid splitting it. I've also got to avoid the nails underneath as well, that are bent over, so they're not so easy. Perfect, that one. Nice. Right, I'll get them in and get them all drilled out. So what I've done, I've just driven my screws into this, because as we know, it's all very slippy when the glue goes on. So the screws will find the original holes easily, and should drop right in alright. There's two chances, isn't there? Let's give it a whirl. Like that. Get this side in actually first. can't go too deep with these because they will pop out the other side. I just want them flush. But there's not enough torque on my drill, so I'll have to turn it into drill mode and just gently. That's it. Lovely. There we go. Right, other side. Well, that's worked. So I actually took the clamps off, and that's now taken, give or take 1 millimetre, all that rock out of it. Fabulous. Right, so get the legs on next. This is going to be the tricky part, getting them all straight and equidistant from each other without any leans due to the nature of the wood. So we'll have a look. So I've literally just stood those in place and eyeballed across each one. If I get the screws through right at the base, that one moved, then maybe he's going to be a naughty one. He's going to need to screw through higher up, the first one. I'm going to stick some glue on it and just put one screw in each one and then see how they lie. I'll be able to adjust them, but generally they look alright. Yes. Again, I'm just going to pilot these, starting with just the one that I want. I think I'm going to put, I don't know actually whether to put 4 in them. You know what I will do, they should look quite smart. I've got big black head screws. You've probably seen us use them when we did the other table. I think what I need to do, I'm going to just pop them all down and just mark them all up first so we get them all in exactly the same place, and then yeah, pilot them with some glue and some screws. Right, so there we go. I've just checked them all with the spirit level as well. First one is going in. Some glue all over it. They want to be super solid, these do. I said that with just these 2 screws in, it was really solid. So this is super belt and braces. Right. Turn the torque down a bit because it keeps trying to snap my wrist. Right. Give me a quick knock up now. There we go. Lovely. Right, I'll check this one and then work my way around all the others. Absolutely perfect. Excellent. The main thing as well is that they all look right. More importantly, cool. Right, I'll get the others in. Well, there we go. One table done. Now it just needs oiling. We can get it in place and start to use it. We're going to pick our chairs up in a bit, so we want to try and get it done before we leave. So Sharon's just finished a bit more of the floor and is now going to do us the honours oiling the table. Fab! So all the legs are done like the rest of the kitchen. They're quite light because they've all just been numed. You just see me playing them down. But they will darken up, as we keep on saying. Now the time for the magic on the top, the most important part of the table, of course. I think it's going to look fabulous. So we'll get this finished. We're going to go and get the chairs, and then hopefully when we get back we'll be able to see what it all looks like. I'm back inside. Sharon's done a little bit more there in front of the doorway into the office. It's looking very good. Probably covered up to halfway. So this is kind of what we got now, and this is kind of what we started off with. This is, I'd say, how the kitchen looked on the day we bought the house.
Well,
as you can see, we got the chairs, the table's finished. So you've just seen
yes.
the sort of nearly finished. We've still got I've got a light to make for up here,
yeah.
But we've come up with an idea today.
And the floor to finish pointing, of course.
To finish pointing, and the door to put on there, and the bar to finish. But you know,
but we've got a table and chairs.
And this beautiful clock. If you saw the video on this that Brian made for us, thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Is going to take pride of place on the wall, yes. Up there. Once we've figured out the lights. We don't want to put it up just yet in case we have to move it. We don't want to make any more holes in our beautiful walls. No. So we're going to have a celebratory bit
we certainly are.
Our new table.
Yes.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's a usable room. The first one downstairs. Obviously we got the utility, but it's kind of just a workroom.
Workroom, yeah.
So there we go. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you. Again, we've reached the 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Every one of you, yeah. Thanks to all our Patreons. Of course, we could not do this without you. Everyone that's bought us a beer, and everyone else. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.